Have you ever noticed how useful a washing up can be? I was doing washing up after a Friday evening fellowship with one of my elderly contacts, Vanda, and I suddenly asked her about the reason why she doesn't want to follow Jesus. And she started to tell me about her whole life and said that pretty much it's about my pride, because I don't want to admit that it was God who helped me out from my depression. I rather want to think that it was my own strength. But you know, Bogi, I also have other burdens and chains and struggles, so one day probably I will ask God to get me out from them. And I answered with one of the communist slogans from her younghood, saying that, you know, Vanda, when we go to God, we have nothing to lose but our chains. So please continue praying for Vanda, my contact, as I continue my ministry for her.